In the replay, I'm not sure I like it down like this. Let's try this way. Whoop, whoop. We're gonna try something new. I gotta move it. How's it looking? Is it okay? Is it good? Are we good? Are we okay? We gonna get motivated today? Thank you for the hearts. Yes! Good morning, Kimberly. Oh, I'm looking a hot mess today. Thank God I'm working out and going to shower. So Fridays has to be an early day. I'm gonna tell you. Holy cow, I am a hot mess. Fridays has to be an early day for doing the treadmill because today Ben comes home. And, aw, thank you. And so therefore I don't want to be doing this, talking to myself, and FFF means something in my other job. Okay, so, and you may notice that there's more people coming on because of that hashtag. Can you guys, did you see the monkeys? Look at the monkeys. Whoop, whoop, they got monkeys for Chinese New Year. So I learned something today about the monkeys. Monkeys. Because I don't know where to find them. I'm gonna have to search, and I really haven't looked too hard. But Kim Garst was telling us this morning that if you hashtag Chinese New Year in your title, you'll get monkeys today. Look at the monkeys, how exciting! All right, so Scentsy FFF. You know what? I'm not even 100% sure what it stands for anymore. It was Faith in Wickless in Australia who did a challenge. You'll have to go find her Periscope. Faith in Wickless. I don't keep them coming. And she basically, the FF, I'm trying to think of, it's Friday something. Fabulous Flow Friday, thank you! I knew somebody would come up with it. Fragrance Flow Friday. So you're supposed to have music, and Edie doesn't have music down here. But Fragrance Flow Friday is a movement that good morning, that she's doing to get us, basically to get your freak on, which is why I was saying that F probably should stand for freak. La 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 la. But she wants us to show our spirit, show our Scentsy spirit, and that's primarily what the movement is to do. But she chose Fridays, and she's using Periscope as her means to get out there, which I think is awesome because I love Periscope. So I have a bone to pick with Periscope though, because I had to set up a whole new rig because ever since they did the update, I can't use Periscope on my iPad anymore. And that really bums me out because I love using it on my iPad. Either it freezes up, it shuts down. Bonnie, pretty sure you're on it. You are already using Periscope. In other words, you are following people, but you are not. The video is better on iPad or on the phone? Probably on the phone. That would be my guess. God, I love those little monkeys in the corners. On the iPad, really? Okay. Well, but the thing is, what's happening is it's see, you all have a difference of opinion. I can't turn the camera around. The only way that you can watch past videos once they've expired is if you sign up for catch.me, KATCH.me, and it will automatically upload the videos to Catch. But Periscope has the ability to automatically save your videos to your phone, which you can then use on YouTube. You can post it on Facebook. So I don't know. I mean, I think there's a bunch of different ways. So I need to speed this up a little bit. Monkeys. Those are like my squirrels. One of these days they're gonna have squirrels on there. All right, so I wanted to talk about the Fragrance Flow Friday, which is just basically flowing, right? We flow. We gotta show our spirit. So I'm gonna join Faith's challenge, and I'm gonna ask you guys to do a Periscope on Friday, showing your flow. But Cass, my friend Cass, is a rock star, first of all, and she is doing extremely amazing things with her business. And she posted a video, which I think might have been old, that she kind of just brought up. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter, because it was still new information to me. And the beginning of her video started off by saying, and if you're not with Scentsy and you're watching this, stay tuned, because this is for you. It's also for consultants, because you'll learn too. But so the number one objection that we get when we're talking to someone about joining usually is, and there are many, why do I have to pay $99 to start a job? You know, why do I have to pay to join your team? That just doesn't seem right. Right. And her response was brilliant, and I use it myself, but I guess I never really thought that it was as intense or as strong of a message as she put it this morning, and I'm going to share that with you. So, first of all, this is not a job. What you do once you're here, if you want to call it a job, that's totally up to you, but this is not a job. So, you're not going for an interview and paying $99 to get hired. That's not what this is, right? And you are not paying to start the business, really. You are paying for a kit. You're paying for product, which is almost 3 times the amount that you're paying, right? So her comment this morning was, if you bought the kit, in the US it's $99, in Canada it's $119. If you buy the kit and 3 seconds later you quit, you're still ahead of the game, because you still have product that you got at potentially 70 to 60% off, right? So you're not buying into the business. But I also want to make a point, because this is something that I talk about all the time. I call it a virtual franchise. A virtual franchise to me means that you're buying into something that is already established. You know, all of the marketing material is ready. All of the product is ready. The warehousing is ready. The shipping is ready. All of the HR and those departments are all in place. And so when you buy a franchise, okay, so let's say I'm going to go and buy a McDonald's franchise. Well, McDonald's franchise is over $100,000 at least, okay, to purchase a franchise. Well, the franchise includes the building, it includes the product marketing, it includes all of the corporate infrastructure, right? It includes the support team, okay? It includes any type of marketing that would be done on TV, on radio, on print. Okay? So the franchise includes everything that you need to get the business started. Now, in this type of environment, in a McDonald's environment, now it's the responsibility of the franchise owner to go and hire, which is where we get the jobs from, hire a manager, hire some employees, hire some staff, right? But the franchise itself is already in place. Now, as a virtual franchise owner for Scentsy, I have the ability to do the same thing. So what I'm buying into, which is insane, right? For $99, I'm buying into a virtual franchise. That's insane. I mean, you're not going to buy a Subway for that amount. You're not going to buy a Macy's for that amount. It's just not going to happen. So for the amount that you're paying to get a supply kit to get you going, with product that's already been created for you, with product that's already been marketed for you, with product that's already been tested. I mean, we've had a test market, and this is something else I'm going to get into, but we are established at this point. You know, we're 11, 12 years in. We're in. So you are not buying a job, you're buying a business. And compared to $100,000 to buy a McDonald's, $99 is pretty much nothing. And with a McDonald's, if you chose to buy a $100,000 investment to do a franchise and you quit 3 seconds later, you get nothing. You get to keep nothing. At least with a virtual franchise with Sensi, you get to keep everything that you just got. That kit's yours. You know? So there is no loss. There's no ability to say, oh my God, I just wasted all my money. It can't be, because you have purchased product to help start your business and to help start that virtual franchise. So hopefully that makes sense. Just realized you are on a Really? You just realized that? I just walk in place. That's why it's called Chatmill, because we chat about stuff. So thank you for noticing. So, and I usually say this at the beginning. If you're coming here to find this nice, voluptuous, beautiful woman on a treadmill, exercising, showing her bodies, it ain't happening here. See, that's exactly what I want happening. I want to motivate people. I want to motivate people to do more for themselves. My hair is a hot, hot mess. Sherry. Yay, I'm going to follow you now. Thank you. Feel free to swipe left or right to share. I think it's up and down for an Android and left to right for iPad. Yay! Hey, Steph, welcome. Oh, thank you. Okay, so the $99 cost thing, mission accomplished, inspired. Bam! Got this. Hi, Justy84. Hey, Steph. So if you're just joining us, we are on the treadmill. Apparently, that's not noticeable. Just besides me hopping up and down. And today we're talking about Fragrance Flow Friday. That's what Sensi FFF is. And Fragrance Flow Friday was something started by Faith in Wickless, which you need to go find her on Periscope. To get a treadmill, then you need to get one. But what was I saying? I have monkey mentality today with all the monkeys going up and down on the right hand side here. Tap, tap, tap. I want to see some monkeys. Whoop, there's one. Whoop, there's another one. Okay, so we talked about Fragrance Flow Friday. Fragrance Flow Friday is just basically to show our flow, to show our excitement. It's Friday. We get a weekend full of parties typically, because most of us are Sensi consultants, and if you're not, that's totally fine. You might want to jump on board. And then I went into a friend of mine. Her name is Cass. Very inspirational. She just made Superstar Director last year. And she was talking this morning about how $99 or $119 in Canada is the cost of the kit. It's not the cost of joining my team. It's not the cost of joining Sensi. It's not the cost of anything but the product that you're getting, right? So you are starting your own virtual franchise. Okay, so moving on. One of the other things, when you are, a lot of people say, well, everybody started, they already joined and they already started. If I was going to join, I should have started back when it started, because then I could have been on the ground floor and blah, 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 blah. That's another big one, right? I should have started when. So it's not worth it to start now, right? So that's one of the excuses that we hear a lot. And my answer to that is, if you look at the numbers, we peaked at like 2012, in 2012. So in 2012, we had almost 400,000 consultants. So when you join now, you'll notice that your consultant ID number is in the 400,000, maybe even 500,000 now, I don't know. But if you look at the actual active consultants, we're down now to 200,000, okay? What does that mean? That means that people have been kidnappers, people have come on board and life changes happened. So the beauty in here is what I'm trying to tell you is that people come and go. And the people that stay are the ones that are making it. Not because they started in 2004 when this all began, but because when they started, they stuck it out, they're working their business, they're sharing the love of Scentsy, and now they're making money. Okay? Now, I used to love to share how much money people can make. The potential's huge. That's as much as I can let you know now. We have an income discussing closure something. I don't even know what it's called. But pretty much we have to not talk about income. But you know what? That's pretty normal in any business. Income disclosure, that's what it's called. So understand that just because people started in 2004, now I'll tell you somebody that's happy that they stuck around and that they are still a consultant and that they got in on the ground floor and they kept running. And that's Deanie Morehouse. Deanie Morehouse was consultant number 1 and she's still with us, right? Ha, Raluca. Hiya. Monkeys today. We got some monkeys. Show me those hearts so that you can get hello. So that we can get some monkeys. Monkeys. We got chocolate monkeys. We have blue monkeys. We have yellow monkeys. Loving the monkeys. Deanie is awesome. She's your director? That is super. Okay, so let's talk about Deanie a little bit more. As I love Deanie. When I went to Greece with Scentsy, that paid my way 100%. Little plug right there. I dream of Deanie. Hey Sherry. So we got an opportunity, my husband and I, to sit with her husband and her during dinner, and I love them. Love them to death. Love them to pieces. And that is one example of getting in on the ground floor, doing what needed to be done, sticking with it, and now making, hey Scott, making gobs of money, right? So just because you didn't get in on the ground floor of a business doesn't mean you're not going to make any money, right? Because ground floor is dependent on where you set it. Your ground floor, yep, we'll be working with them in Memphis next week. Fantastic. Tell her Edie said hi. Ground floor is where you set it. So when you join, that is your ground floor, that is your opportunity, that is your time to make it work for you. Okay? Because, hi Kimmy, so back in 2004, you may not have been ready for this opportunity. Back in 2010, you may not have been ready for this opportunity. But 2016, here we are, and you're ready. Would have been hard trying to convince people to try something new. Yeah, but you know what? We're doing that every day now. We do that every day now because there's still hundreds and thousands of people that have no idea what Scentsy is. I disagree with you. I mean, there are some, but I live in a town of 192 people, and there are still some people in my town that don't know what Scentsy is. You go to Idaho, which is where I was in January, and there are still people there that don't know what Scentsy is. But yet they drive by the building every day. And while I was sitting in the lobby, a couple and their daughter walked in and said, we just had to stop. We go by here every day and we see the purple and green trees, and we thought we needed to stop and figure out what this is. They had no idea. They had no idea. Hey, Gabby. Gabby's in the house, ripping from Nampa. right? It is insane. You know, and I will beg this one, okay? There are people in this world that still do not know what Mary Kay is. They think it's the superstar, Mary Kay and Ashley. And it's Kate, not Kay. But do you see what I'm saying? So just because I run into people all the time who haven't heard of Scentsy. Absolutely. Just because your neighbors know what Scentsy is, it doesn't mean that their neighbors' neighbors know what Scentsy is. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the word saturation makes no sense to me. I just asked me about joining. She's never used it. Most of the people that join my team have never used it or heard of it. They just see me on YouTube or they see me here on Periscope. It's incredible, you know? Right. But there are now others to back what you say when you say it's the best. That's true. That's true. But in regards to people who feel that they should have gotten in at the ground floor level, which is what we were talking about, it's not the case. Because there are so many, yes, saturation is an excuse. In any business, not just Scentsy. In any direct sales business, saturation is an excuse. You know, and I think about if Walmart had decided to only sell or open its doors to friends and family, they'd be out of business. You know, they had to do what they had to do to get their name out there, to get known, to advertise, you know, for those friends and family to start sharing the information that Walmart has lower prices, you know, that kind of stuff, right? But if they had decided to only stick with friends and family, which is what a lot of consultants do, they're going to be out of business. You can only go so far with friends and family, right? That's why it's so important for us to venture out. Do the Pay It Forward program. Go find that video on my YouTube channel. Pay It Forward program is amazing. And if there's anybody on my team that's watching right now, somebody calling.